Hi everyone, I'm Katie. I'm new to the YouTube scene, but after a few instances in the place that I work, I decided that I'm going to start talking about and raising awareness about something that I really like and enjoy talking about, tattoos. I have some, I have a lot of them actually, and I get a lot of comments about them, mostly negative ones. My tattoos aren't gaudy, they aren't hideous or unattractive, and they're actually pretty well done. But for some reason, people can't seem to keep their mouths shut about their opinions on them. Maybe, maybe it's just me, but it probably isn't. For some reason, people everywhere have decided that their opinions on others' bodies, verbally abusive opinions or not, are necessary. And that's why I'm going to talk today about the negative connotation that comes with tattoos, especially on women. Now, let me clear this up right now. I am no feminist. In fact, nearly every single negative comment about my tattoos has come from the voice of a woman. Last night at work, I was actually kind of sitting quietly in the break room, and this lady, an older woman from the front end, she comes in and she sees my tattoos, and she must have thought that it was a conversation starter. She began to tell the guy next to her how grateful she was that her daughter got a piercing the other day and not the tattoo that her daughter wanted for a really long time. Since piercings close up, she can just take it out, she said. Her daughter's tattoo artist, I guess, he told her that she couldn't get all the detail in the size that she wanted in the tattoo, so the guy wasn't actually able to do it. And that's when her daughter ended up deciding on the non-permanent piercing. Good point, cashier lady. Good point. Tattoos are permanent, and everybody with a tattoo knows that. She the lady got into telling me personally, she told me that I was probably so much prettier without the ink on my arm, and that I was wasting my potential because I'll never find a job and I'll never end up with somebody who likes me for me. Tattoos are unattractive. That's what she told me. Now, I stayed quiet. I don't like confrontation, and I would rather not get into it with somebody. I just started working there probably a couple months ago, and I don't really want to get into it in the break room with an old lady. But the entire time, I just couldn't help but think a couple of different things. Number one, girl, if your tattoo artist can't do a small detailed tattoo, then you are going to the wrong place, my friend. My tattoo artist, he did an entire anatomically correct heart on my middle finger that is smaller than a quarter, with cardiac muscle lines in every vein and every artery. Like, lady, you probably didn't want to go to the guy anyway, trust me. And second, I couldn't help but wonder why I was unattractive now. Like, thank God we're not sleeping together, you know? But anyway, the point was that I was more concerned with why my tattoos made me as a woman ugly. A lot of people don't realize what tattoos can mean to somebody, and it's like, I got mine to start covering up some of the markings that I so graciously gave myself during a period of extreme depression. I gave myself some really ugly scars throughout that time, and I regret them now, I do. But instead of staring at them, I've decided that I wanted to start covering them up. Um, I never felt more beautiful than I do now, with my arm covered in flowers instead of these ugly purple and white scars. But that lady doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. And I'm not going to bother to tell her, at least not this time. That's not the first time I've heard comments like that either, directed towards me. Another woman that I actually encountered in the break room, probably a week or two after I started working where I do now, as well as multiple customers that I've seen throughout my store, they've told me that they don't like tattoos. They can't understand them. I've gotten the "you look prettier without them" shtick quite a few times before that. What's the issue? Maybe I did look prettier without them. Maybe I looked more traditional and more ladylike and more whatever, but maybe I did look better without a cat skull on my hand, a heart on my finger, and flowers up and down my arms. Maybe that half-naked pinup doll on my thigh that you will never, ever see makes me look trampy, but whatever. The point is that you have absolutely no right to tell someone who feels incredible with those tattoos that they shouldn't feel incredible because of their tattoos. I've never felt better than I do now, knowing that I'm covered in art. Anyway, I do have to head to work now, since I have to be there a little sooner than later. Hopefully I don't encounter anybody else, and if I do, you'll find it here. But if you liked anything that I had to say, give me a thumbs up, share the video, leave a comment if you have questions or comments to make. I will be around later, and I can't wait to keep making more of these. Next time I think I'm going to talk about the history of tattoos and why they're a little bit important now as far as self-expression goes and as far as marking up history and making history. So hopefully you guys will get to see that next time. Until then, stay cute.